Hey, family, peace. Check in. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm so excited. I got some breaking news that I just actually learned from one of my students, and it caused me to do some research. So come on, check on in, family. This will be very brief. Check in. Check on in.
Dr. Kia Pre, shining wisdom's light, teaching soul tribe how to see through the night. Ancient scriptures and bloodlines she knows, spreading truth wherever she goes. Soul tribe rising, hear her call, raising vibrations for one and all. Dr. Kia shows the way to a brighter, freer day. Through her channel, knowledge flows, breaking chains that hold us close, teaching paths to abundance and wealth, guiding others to free themselves. Soul tribe rising, hear her call.
Hello, family. Welcome. Hi, this is Dr. Kia Pruitt. Welcome to the Dr. Kia Pruitt Show. I have some great news, family. Listen, I'm at school, okay? Y'all know I'm a substitute school teacher. My time is like running down, I'm only here for a certain amount of time, but I had some great news from a student today. It actually caused me to do some research to check in. Listen, so I was talking to my students, and in the school system, you have students from all over the world. Yes. So one of my students is part Brazilian and part Venezuelan, and he was so ecstatic. He was so happy when he came in today. And so we were just talking. I'm trying to get through class, but he was so excited. And I'm like, what's going on? And he said, Miss P, they call me Miss P, Miss or Dr. P for Dr. Pruitt or Miss Pruitt. He said, I'm going home soon within the next 30 days. I said, which one? Brazil, Venezuela? He said, I'm going back to Venezuela. And so I said, what's going on? He said, he didn't think I knew about this country. He said, well, the president that is now in power, he said, we call him the bad president. He said, he yielded to President Donald Trump. And I'm so happy. This is a seventh grader. And he said, he yielded to Donald Trump. I said, what do you mean? He said, yeah, he gave in. He said, they gave him 100 days and it's already been 60 days. So within 30 days, he's going to have to step down. And I said, well, how do you know this news? He said, well, you know that my family, I said, yeah, I know about your family. You're political refugees. He said, and you know that my grandfather was the right hand for the good side of the people. Can you all hear me? He said, my grandfather was the right hand to the good government. So my grandfather actually left a while ago and fled to America because, he wanted he was a political refugee. He said, I've actually been in America 3 times. And I said, I know the story. My family, all of you don't know this. Part of mine said my great grandfather is Colombian, and I had to research why he was here like decades ago. He passed in 1971, and I was telling the student, I said he fled because his family, we're Gomez's, they were actually ruling Colombia, and he was a political refugee that came here. And I had to figure this out in my adult years. They fled here. He fled here because he was a political refugee. This is on my mom's side, so our maiden name is Gomez. So I said, so I'm relating to the student. He speaks Spanish, so we're trying to speak Spanish back and forth, and English, but he didn't want to tell everybody what was going on. So he said, yes. He said, this is the last time we'll have to leave. My grandfather left some years ago, and I came because, as you know, the children and grandchildren of the good faction has to flee, or else they would steal you and hold you ransom. And he said, and this is 7th grade, he said, they could have held my whole family ransom. So we're here. He said, but It's over for Maduro. He has already given in to Trump. The new regime is coming in. We already know who the new regime is. He said, I'm so happy. He said, everybody that's in America don't want to be here. Some of us, are really political refugees. He said, at home, I got horses, I got land. They were like, do you have a Lamborghini? He was like, Lamborghinis, we got planes, we got farmland, we got food. He was like, and I'm in the 7th grade here, but I'm in the 9th grade back at home. And he said, it's a beautiful country. He said, but it was run over by gang members and Maduro and his whole faction. But he said it's over. So I'm just breaking this news. This was a student of a political family who is a part of the good regime. He said Trump had given him 100 days. 60 days is already up. Within 30 days, we should see something here. But he said in 30 days, he's out of here. So y'all can look into that. You can hear me. That's great for yourselves. But it did cause me to look it up to see what's going on. And I didn't even know that Trump was putting pressure on Maduro. Let's see. So I'll show you this right quick. I only have about 10 more minutes, but here's an article from Politico. Trump's don't call it a day after plan for Venezuela. Venezuela dictator. And that's what the student said. He was like, he was a dictator. He caused a lot of violence in my community. Gang members took over the whole country. And he told me what side he was from. And he said, of the country. And he said, but we're all celebrating those of us that know what's happening. He said, our country is about to thrive again. He said, we're already a rich nation. Look it up, Miss P. Dr. P said, we got resources. He said, my family got resources. He said, it's over. He was just so happy. So the Venezuelan dictator, Nicolas Maduro, and his closest sides should consider reading up on Turkey, according to Politico article. Some Trump administration officials are talking about exiling him there. So he's telling the truth. They already having talks about exiling Maduro. He said, unless they agree to go to Russia or to Azerbaijan or maybe Cuba, giving Maduro and his confidant safe passage. Hi.
How you doing, love?
I'm doing well. Ma'am?
I'm just coming.
Okay. To another country is one idea, aides to President Donald Trump. They're mulling over all of this, considering what to do with Venezuela if they succeed in toppling the stronghold, according to U.S. officials and to other people familiar with the discussion. So it is happening. So if you have Venezuelan Bolivar, then you know what to do. That's just one article. I'm gonna take that down. And here's another one. Here's another article that said Venezuela is ready to talk. Venezuela's Maduro ready to talk as United States ramps up the pressure. Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro has said that he's willing to hold face-to-face talks with representatives of the Trump administration as the United States pressures on him grows. Maduro made the comment hours after United States President Trump said he had not ruled out deploying ground forces to the South American country. So it looks like Trump is threatening to send forces into Venezuela. So my student knows what he was talking about. Since Trump was sworn in his second term in office in January, the United States government has been increasing its pressure on Nicolas Maduro. So January, February, March, April, May. We're all the way in November. So my student said they had given him 100 days. Like I said earlier, they only have 30 days left. It has doubled the reward and offers for information leading to Maduro's capture to $50 million. Okay. And in August, they launched a counter narcotics operation targeting boats if accused of transporting drugs from Venezuela to the United States. More than 80 people have been killed in the United States strikes. Where is that? More than 80 people have been killed in the U.S. strikes on suspected vessels since, most of them in the Caribbean as well as in the Pacific. So I'll leave those two articles for you all. It looks like it's on and popping. Like I said, my student who is Venezuelan, part Belizean, part Brazilian, said that the new regime is all ready to take over. It's a good regime. They're friends with Trump. They're friends with a lot of benevolent nations. And he's excited to go back home. So I'm really happy for my student. I'm happy for us. My lighting is dim. I'm sorry about that, but I hope you all can hear me. I'm about to get out of here. Thank you all for listening. Before I do, I want to say thank you all for for the blessing. Hold on, let's see. That is, thank you all for some of you are sending me something. Hold on, let's see. To my Cash App. Thank you, Dina Richardson, Chief Mac, Prince, oh, not Prince Ryder, Lloyd, no, not that person. Paulina White, these are people Prince Rogers L, I sent something to. Angela McFarland, thank you, Lisa Sweeney, thank you, Tiffany Webb, Deborah Allen, and Gentry Smith. Thank you all so much who sent me a blessing to my Cash App, $ Mama Kia 13. That's MAMA 13. So I'll come back. Y'all need to look up the resources in Venezuela to see what's going to back up the Bolivar, because the Bolivar is about to revalue. Many countries are talking about dropping zeros, which means they're about to revalue their currencies, which means the countries are about to hit the Forex with their currency. They're already talking about their sovereignty. So that's it. Speaking of South America, you said, Dr. Kia looks amazing. Thank you. Yeah, I'm part Colombian, and of course, indigenous, being here from America. So that's about it. Let's see. What is a great reference for foreign currency? 100 trillions, 100 trillions, TRILLIONS.com. Banknote World, BNKNOTE.com. GreatAmericanCoinCompany.com. eBay, and you guys can put it in the comment section or here to let people know where to get those currencies. And that is called, yeah, we're on a fast track. Things are ramping up. So that currency is called the Venezuelan Bolivar. That was great breaking news from a student who is part of the good regime that's taken over, who had to flee because he was a political refugee. He said they are ready, packed and ready to go. And we should start seeing things happening within 30 days. Got to go. I love you all so very much. Take care. And thank you all for checking in. I'll put those articles here. Let me go ahead and put them in the chat for you and also in the description section. Hold on. Here you go. That's there. And this one here. So they're putting the pressure on Maduro, and they're talking about exiling him, as you heard me say. This is what I think about the Zim. I think the Zim is, the country has a lot of resources. The Zim, because of hyperinflation, has a lot of zeros behind it. Get the 2008, 2009 AA or AB version. What else can I say? They've had sanctions on them for a long time, but now those sanctions, I reported on how they've been talking about removing the sanctions. I'll try to find that video to put in the description section for you as well. So gotta go, gotta run, family. My time is up. Bell's about to ring. Love you. Breaking news: Venezuelan President Maduro yields to President Trump. The new regime is ready to take over within 30 days. Peace.
Good afternoon, Dr. We're preparing for the